Good morning all. Today we shall discuss about your second model concept, efficient market hypothesis. Efficient market theory, which is going to be state that, so this theory is going to be deals with that the share price which are going to be having the fluctuations and are to be considered in the random manner. Fluctuations are random and do not flow any regular pattern. When the share prices in the market will be there, those are not to be in the regular manner. We cannot say share prices are to be always it is in the upward or it is always under the downward. So there is so many different changes will be going on under the share prices. So meanwhile, there is even conducting with the technical analysis, we are going to be seen with the some of the chart representation which will be shown us as making the analysis of the day-to-day fluctuation of the prices of the shares and security. Under this again there is one question will be arising as that the shares prices are going to be having the rises in the market, but what is the intrinsic value of stocks will be there. What is the meaning of such intrinsic value will be there. So for example, intrinsic value means you are purchasing your shares will be at a rupees 100 rupees, that is the intrinsic value. But in the market the price of the shares will be going on fluctuation. When your conduct of technical analysis will be on the basis of market share prices fluctuation, what is the meaning will be there for the intrinsic value. So these are related, some of the questions will be arising. So that will be come across with the explanation of some of the theory which will be we can see under the efficient market hypothesis theory. So under the efficient market hypothesis theory, we are going to be discussing as how there is the basic concepts will be making us explanation how there is a investor is going to be making conduct of his analysis to make the investment activities. So the efficient market hypothesis will be considered as divided from the some of the other consideration which will be known as a random walk hypothesis. So it is considered with some of the other concept which is known in the name of random walk hypothesis. So with a few modification of random walk hypothesis, there is a concept of efficient market hypothesis they have been considered. Hypothesis means here there is some term of assumptions they have been considered to make determination of fluctuations of prices of the shares and securities in the market. The concept is going to be treated to be as a writing of some of the author who is named as a Bachelier. So he is going to be in the year of 1900 he has been propounded this type of the theory. However, in modern finance has been developed on the basis of some of the research which will be in the year of 1953 and 1965. So as the theory is going to be deals with the concept can be traced to Paul A. Samuelson. So in the year of 1965 again the theory has been developed by the some of the author, his name is Paul Samuelson. So as there is some of the still modification are going to be required under the theory in the year of 1965 and the 70, it has been established theory came with the some of the other term of explanation or the concept. So that we have been come across as with the interpretation of the Fama himself. So there is another the author they have been made the some more the developmental things under the concept which will be by the Fama. So he himself has been made the development of the concept as in the name of efficient market hypothesis. So became the central piece of financial during the year of 1970-1980. So before it has been considered in the name of random walk theory, later on the Fama, the name of the author will be Fama, he has been made the some of the modification. He did some of the changes under the theory with the name of efficient market hypothesis. Even thereafter also there is in the year of 1987 it has been started with the what is the validity of EMH means efficient market hypothesis. So what is the profound of theory will be there, how many number of years it can be having its work. So that will be made it consideration under the efficient market hypothesis. So meanwhile what will be the behavioral financial changes which will be going on under the economy, so that should be also needed to consider while you are making your some of the changes. So in such a manner, heavily we can be considered. There is a theory is going to be made it some of the continuation. So with that, there is a some of the goals are going to be made it considered in a very differentiated manner. Again, there is a EMH, efficient market hypothesis theory. In the year of 1970, it has been come into existence. So there is a the things of efficient market hypothesis has been considered as an important manner in the year of 1970 onwards. So there is in the concept of efficient market hypothesis, what are the things are going to be considered. So what is the concept of efficient market hypothesis theory will be there. The basic concept of the efficient market hypothesis will be, the first concept will be the market efficiency. So the market efficiencies are going to be needed to come across. So the expectation of the investors are in the market will be as in a very much differentiated manner. Investors are going to be regarded to make their thinking in related with the future cash flows. What is the future cash flows? By making their conduct of investment activities are to be more considered by the investor. So here the expectation of the investor regarding the future cash flows are translated and are reflected on the share prices. How the consideration by the investor will be there, those in regarded with the cash flows for the future period, those will be translating how the share prices are going to be having their reaction. The accuracy and the quickness in which the market translate the expectation into the prices are termed as a market efficiency. So how much there is a expectation will be there with the investor. In your investor's mind, how there is a cash flows are going to be expected. So for example, if you are making your 100 rupees investment today, what is your mindset regarding your future cash flow? How much you would like to have the cash flows in the future period? You would like to have your 100 rupees should be become the 150 rupees. So that will be the expectation regarding your future cash flow by the investor. That will be needed to be considered while there is the fluctuations of the prices will be there. So that is called as market efficiency. There are two types of the market efficiency we can be find out. One will be the operational efficiency will be there, and there is a informational efficiency will be there. So operational efficiency in the sense, at the stock exchange, how there is a operations of the shares and securities which will be going on in the market. The operation efficiency which is going to be measuring that the factor like, as there is a executive orders and the number of some of the bad deliveries which will be going on under the company, these all will be making the some of the influences on your shares and securities. So investors are to be concerned with the operational efficiency of the market, but efficient market hypothesis does not deal with this efficiency. There is an investor can make it consideration of the what operational activities which will be going on in the company, but they cannot have the any management in regarded with that. So anything which will be going on in the operational activities of the company, that will be making the changes in the price fluctuations of the shares and security. Such a market operational efficiency the investor has to consider before go to make the conduct of investment activities. One more efficiency he need to consider, which will be considered in the name of informational efficiency. So the informational efficiency which is going to be measuring the swiftness of the or the market's reaction of a new information. Here the informational efficiency means for the each and every new information in the market, how there is a reaction of your shares and securities prices will be there. So that will be considered as in the name of informational efficiency. It means the new information in the form of economic reports, company analysis, political statements, and the announcement of the any new industrial policy will be received by the market frequently. These all will be making the effect of price fluctuations. So such a efficiency you need to also determine in regarded with your investment analysis. That will be known in the name of informational efficiency. How does the market is going to be reacting for these type of all the information? So whether the security prices are going to be having their adjustment rapidly, or there is any of the decreases will be going on, or there is a security prices will be taking too much time to make their recovery. So these all the things are going to be considered under the informational efficiency. So under the informational efficiency, so they will be come across with that which companies investment securities are going to be having their flow of information, what will be the allocation of efficiency will be there, means whether the money is going out or there is any returns are going to be having under the shares and security. So here there is under the informational efficiency, they will be making consideration of, so there is a major changes which will be going on under the policy decisions of the government, which are going to be reflected on your stock index movements. So these all the informations you are going to be needed to consider. So through that latest information which will be there under the market, those all the new informations are also making the price fluctuations under the market. So that we can be seen under this, the concept of efficient market hypothesis theory also. So there under the market efficiency we have considered operational efficiency and informational efficiency. Along with that, there is even trader liquidity of the trader also they are going to be needed to consider. So the liquidity of the trader means whether there is a traders investments and resale of the shares will be dependent on their individual forum or there is any of the other forums will be there. So liquidity traders may sell their shares to pay their bills and they do not investigate before they invest. So liquidity traders means they are going to be immediately they are making the selling and buying activities. So the change of your securities into the monetary value will be in a very easy manner. So such a information or such a concept is also there is a need to consider under the efficient market hypothesis theory. So in the sense, when you are a one investor or the individual investor, meanwhile you are going to be immediately making the selling or the reselling activities when there is a price fluctuations you have been find out under the market. So such a trader will be considered in the name of liquidity trader. And there is some are going to be like as in the name of information traders will be there. So information traders are those who are going to be information traders are those who are going to be analyzing before adopting the any buying or selling strategy. Here under the information traders, they are going to be come across with the making analysis whether to make it buy or the make it sell. These strategies are going to be analyzed by the information traders, and even then they are going to be making estimation of that intrinsic value. What is the price, at what price you have been purchased your all the things of investments, those are going to be made it consider, and even what is the deviation will be there between the intrinsic value and the market value. These all the analysis are going to be conducted by the information trader. So these are the some of the concepts which we can be see under the efficient market hypothesis theory. Then the other thing which will be considered before the efficient market hypothesis theory, we should be known with that what is the random walk theory will be there. So how there is a random walk theory is going to be having their consideration. Here there is a consideration of the random walk theory. So under the random walk theory, what it deals? So this is the essence of the argument in the argument about the stock prices which are going to be flowing in the manner of random walk. So there is a random walk theory before the efficient market hypothesis theory. It has been considered under the random walk theory. So under this, the price changes should be the random and unpredictable. We cannot say always there is a prices of the shares and securities will be going downtrend or it is under the uptrend. So the price changes or the fluctuations of the prices will be in the manner of random manner or it is unpredictable. You cannot predict the way in which moment there is a price will be having its direction. So as like there is the proof of the market irrationality, randomly evolving stock prices would be the necessary consequence of the intelligent investor. If you are become an intelligent investor, you will be come across with that by discovering that how there is a competing prices will be going on. With collection of so many information, you can come across whether the price exactly will move towards the upward or it is under the downtrend. In which way there is a randomly or in irrational manner how the prices of the shares and securities will be going on, those can be easily you can make it find out. So under the random walk theory, if stock prices movements were predictable, that would be the damaging evidence of stock market inefficiency, because the ability of the predict prices would indicate that all available information was not already reflected in the stock prices. So that there is a the somewhat things are going to be developed under the efficient market hypothesis theory. So in the sense, under the random walk theory, what will be the things are going to be given? It has not been given the things will be as in the name of the accuracy manner. Here there is a random walk theory has been given the information as more general manner. So one might cannot be get the accuracy in which there is a price fluctuation can be predictable for the future period. So the performance should be already be reflected in the stock prices as soon as there is a informations are going to be indicating about the stock in predictable manner. So what is the profit opportunity will be there in the investment activities? These are the things are not at all going to be given under the random walk theory. So but even though there is the things are going to be which will be there under the random walk theory, those are only they are going to be having the development under the efficient market hypothesis theory. In the year of 1900, there is a random walk theory they have been propounded by the French mathematician named as a Louis Bachelier. So he wrote the paper suggestion in the security price fluctuations, so which are to be in related manner of random. So the price fluctuation can be identified as in the way of random, so that this is known as a random walk theory. In the 1953, already we have discussed about the what will be the history about the efficient market hypothesis theory will be there in regarded with that. So meanwhile, there is a random walk theory is going to be made it developed under the name of efficient market hypothesis theory. So what will be the random walk theory will be there, so that we can be come across under the 3 stages. So there are 3 stages of random walk theories are. So under the efficient market hypothesis, so it is considered that a financial economics which are going to be stating your all asset prices, all the securities prices are going to be reflective with the available information. Each and every new information which will be flowing in the market, that will be having the reflection in the price changes which will be there in regarded with the securities. So it means the efficiency of your market will be come across when there is the flow of information will be there, new flow of information will be there, so that will be making the price changes. So that we can see under the meaning of efficient market hypothesis, which has been propounded by the Eugene Fama economist in the year of 1970. Later on he won the Nobel prizes for the effort which he has been made. So how there is a efficient market hypothesis theory is going to be having its explanation. We have said efficient market theory is going to be prepared with the consideration of the information. What informations will be flowing in the market will be having its reflection. So that efficient market hypothesis theory will be consist of the 3 progressive stronger forms. In the sense, with the consideration of 3 varieties of the information, so we can be identified how the market will be having their existence in the way of efficiency. So those 3 things are going to be find out as in the way of the one will be the weekly efficient market will be there. So one will be the weekly efficient market which will be at a lower level will be there, that is a weekly efficient market will be there. All the under the weekly efficient market we can consider all the information which are to be in the way of historical. All historical informations are going to be reflected on the security prices, so that we can be find out under the weekly efficient market. So under the weekly efficient market we can be consider all the fundamental analysis, the concepts are going to be considered. Under the fundamental concept which we have been discussed, here there is a economic analysis, industry analysis and the company analysis. All these analysis are going to be giving us the information which will be as in the historical way, so that all the historical informations are to be considered as a weakly efficient market. Those all will be influencing to the market as in a very much weaker manner, so that we can be considered the informations under the weak form under the efficient market hypothesis is that historical prices, what will be the basic prices of the shares and securities will be there, those are only we can get it under this. So according to this weekly efficient market forum, so the current prices reflect with all the information found in the past prices. What will be the market prices will be there, those all will be having the reflection because of the what will be the historical prices are going to be there, those are going to be considered under the weak form of efficient market hypothesis. The future prices cannot be predicted by the analyzing the prices from the past. We cannot say exactly what the future prices will be there for the shares and securities in the market. So that cannot be find out as with the consideration of all the weak information, where there is a only historical prices informations are to be available under the weak efficient market. So meanwhile, so here there is a the liquidity traders may sell their stocks without considering the intrinsic value of the shares and share prices. So the fluctuation of the share prices will not be more considered as with the consideration of intrinsic value by the liquidity trader. If you are a liquidity trader, you are not considering much more about what is the basic prices. Simply you are going to be making the conduct of buying and selling activities. For example, you are a liquidity trader, may you have been purchased your shares will be at the rate of 120. Your share prices will be intrinsic value will be the 100 rupees. Then you are having the selling prices will be under 130 in the market. Meanwhile, with the weak information where we can be considered your share prices are going to be with the past price only, there is a 120 share prices you have been considered. You won't bother about what is the intrinsic value. Simply you are going to be selling what will be the 130 will be the market selling price will be there. To that extent you are going to be selling as you are become a liquidity seller. But if there is a some of the other type of the sellers will be there, information traders will be there, mean they will be making analysis what is the intrinsic value of the shares, whether they will be getting the higher rate of returns or not. So these all the things are going to be considered by the information trader. So they will be considered more with the information which will be flowing under the market. So as in related manner, everyone are going to be needed to access with the past prices through the sum. There is a more convenient things will be available for the some people, and some of the things are not to be much more important under the weak efficient market. So where there is a price fluctuations are going to be only referred with that what is the future or the past prices will be there. So that is only they are going to be made it considered under the efficient market hypothesis. So even there is a two more section will be there which will be semi-strong form and the strong form will be there. Today we shall only discuss about that how there is a weak form is going to be considered under the efficient market hypothesis theory. So here there is a graphical representation when we have been made under the efficient market hypothesis theory. In this we can be come across with the diagram under the circle form. So here which is going to be the circle which is there within only the small circle will be there where there is a the term of efficient market will be denoted as a weak form. So weak form in the sense here there is a informations are to be available at a very much weaker manner. Weaker manner in the sense only the past what happened under the shares and securities are only the information available under the weak form. The second one will be the semi strong in efficient market will be there. Semi strong efficient market means so as like there is a somewhat informations are to be available as in related with the reflected with the some of the public information. So that in detail we are going to be discussing further. So meanwhile there is a the weak form covers the least amount of the information and the strong form will be covers with a lot of information, and the last circle which is the big circle will be there where there is a all informations in regarded with the shares and securities we can be find out under the reflection on your shares and securities prices. So that we can be find out under the graphical represent. Today we shall discuss how there is a weak form is going to be there under the consideration under the theory. So under the efficient market hypothesis theory, the weak form of the efficient market hypothesis theory will be says that it is only considered with the past prices and the value. So the other market statistics will be providing with the no information that can be, which will be making the prediction about the future prices. Already we have said weak form of the information means it will be only the past prices. Mainly there is an investor is needed the information how the future will be there, what is the prediction will be there about the price movement of the shares and security. But under the weak form, there is only the past informations or the past price fluctuations are going to be denoted. The price changes should be random because it is information that the price changes should be random because it is information that derives the charges or which are going to be there under the only with the fundamental analysis. The informations are going to be arrives only with the random manner. So for example, under the weak form, what will be the information? You may get it from the company analysis. Under the company analysis, you are making all the financial statement analysis. Through that, you will be come across with all the information in a very random manner. How the shares and securities will be having their changes in their prices, which will be as in the very much a random way. So that will be considered as a weak form of efficient market hypothesis theory. And also under the weak form, the price should change very quickly and to the correct the level when new information will be arrives. So here each and every prices are going to be considered, which are going to be having their consideration in the way of the when there is a changes in the prices will be there. Quickly those are going to be making the correction in regarded with your shares and securities with the each and every bit of new informations in the market. The most research are going to be supporting with the notion that the market are weak form efficient. So whenever we are going to be considering, mainly there is a market is going to be mainly having the price fluctuations with the consideration of how there is the information which will be there in the past or from the fundamental analysis. So that will be the efficient market hypothesis where there is a weak form will be considered. So the weak form of efficient market is going to be having their consideration of the some of the test. With the empirical test, they can be having their some of the conduct. So the weak efficient market will be come across with the short term traders and where there is the earning of the returns in a very positive way we can be find out. So on an average, the short term traders are going to be make it use of the efficient market hypothesis under the information which will be flowing in the weak form. Here there is a empirical, some of the test will be conducted with the data or the information which will be available under the weak efficient market form. So here there is a one rule will be there which will be considered in the name of filter rule. Here the filter rule means to earn the return, the technical trading strategies are going to be based on the historical prices. Whenever you are going to be conducting the technical analysis, there is a need of historical prices which will be there under the shares and security. Here there is a one of the rule which is known in the name of filter rule, where there is a strategy is going to be considering if a price of a security rises by at least the one level of percentage, which we can be considered as a X%. The investor should buy and hold the stock until its prices decline by the at least X% from the subsequent high. So here the filter rule, what it says, so if you are going to be having the one of the shares and securities are going to be having their consideration as there is a prices are going to be rising with a certain percentage, you should be having your buying or the holding of such a stock until the same security is going to be come across its decline at a certain percentage. Subsequently, you will be having the sum of the high. So when you would like to make it sell, it should be in the level of same percentage. As the short sellers are going to be using such a type of the filter rule. So as like with the example we can consider, filter rule means here there is a, for example, one of the hypothetical company will be there known as a X and Y. We can assume that this X and Y is going to be applying the filter rule. So according to the filter rule, we can assume to be that there is a 10% will be there. There is a fluctuations are going to be considered. We can consider there is a 10% will be the informations are going to be considered. the price fluctuates between the rupees 20 and 30 will be there. 20 to 30 price fluctuations will be there. Assuming that the starting point to be the 20 rupees, when there is an increase in the price of the shares will be rupees 22. So it means we can consider it is a 10% rise. 20 rupees will be your share prices. On such 10% will be the increase if we are considering. So that will be the 22 rupees will be there. One has to make it buy off the shares and security at this 22 rupees prices. Even there is a rally may continue up to the rupees 30. Your share prices are to be going on increases up to the 30 rupees will be there and decline. So if the price falls, the sell signals is given at the rupees of 27 rupees. That is 10% of your 30 rupees will be there, and the trader can take up the short position till it reaches. So it's a lower level. When there is a rise in the prices of the same exercise have to be followed. It means with this example we can come across, if there is a prices fluctuation will be there between the 20 and 30 rupees, you can be having your buying activities from the price of 22 rupees, which is the 10% on your buying price, and you can hold your shares and securities up to the 27 rupees, which is the 10% in regarded with your the last share price, where there is a the price will be at a 30 rupees. So maybe you can be having your selling signal at the rupees of 27. After the 30 might be your share prices will be going on decreases. So that will be the some of the filter rule they are going to be made in consideration, where there is a short sellers will be there. Short sellers means immediately they are going to be making the selling activities in the market. So they will be considered in the name of short sellers. So they will be made in consideration of these type of the selling activities. That is the one test which we can be considered under the weak form of efficient market hypothesis theory. Then the second one will be that serial correlation will be there. Serial correlation or the auto correlation will be there. Here under the test, independence between the successive price changes serial correlation technique will be used. So the correlation you have been studied under your statistical subject. In the same way, serial correlation or the auto correlation, where there is a measurement, the correlation coefficient in the series of numbers with the lagging values of the same series. Here the price changes which will be considered as with the time period, how there is a increase or the decreases will be there. So considered with the one time period, you can be having the addition of, if there is a increase of the share price will be there, if there is a decrease will be there, you can be having the minus, the negative share increase, share decreases we can be find out. If there is a correlation between the price of the particular period will be there, the points are going to be plotted under the sum of the graphs, which will be make it representation of the correlation and the coefficient will be done. So as in such a manner, the correlations are going to be made it consideration under the other type. So here it means all the information which are not been incorporated into the yesterday's price. So that will be made it consideration. What will be the today's price dependent will be there on the yesterday's price. Those are only they are considered under the coefficient or the correlation. The price changes to be independent, which are going to be unpredictable, or the random walk value will be there. So that we can be find out with the closing to the very much 0. So to the closing price of 0 they are going to be considering. How the correlation will be done, so that we can see under this one chart. So with the some of the things, the correlation is going to be come across under this chart. So as like how there is a price changes will be there, those are going to be lag between the +1 or +2. So +1 or -1. So like that they are going to be made it consideration. See that the price changes as like the first there is a 15 rupees will be there. If there is a no any changes will be there in the next period, so that will be the 0. Like that there is a lag, prices will be at a same prices like at a 15 rupees. Like that the each and every yesterday's prices are going to be needed to consider to the present prices, which will be showing as under the correlation and the coefficient. So this will be considered as little correlation between the stock prices over the time. The chart analysis are going to be showing us how there is a price changes will be there under the market. So that is the other type of the test. So under the weak form of efficient market hypothesis theory, so there is another test is also going to be made it considered, which is known in the name of run test. So what is run test? So run test means an uninterrupted sequence of the same price changes. So here there is a run test is going to be made it consider the series of price movements have which are going to be occurred by the chance. So when we are going to be considering the chances which will be there under the price fluctuations as in the same series manner. So for example, if we are considering, if you are going to be tossed the any coin, so might be continuously may you can get the head, so continuously you can get the tail. So that will be considered even under the prices fluctuation as like continuously it will be under the running of positive manner which is increasing in the prices. Sometime it is going on in the decreasing manner which will be in the minus manner. So that we can be considered with the run test. Here there is a lower than the expected number of runs which will be indicates the market's overreaction to the information subsequently reversed. When there is a lower than the expected number of numbers will be there under the price fluctuation, so that will be indicating, so the run is going to be indicating that the markets are going to be overreacted. With the small information might be the market has been overreacted which will be find out under the lower than the expected number of runs. While the higher number of runs will be there which will be reflecting a lagged response to the information. May you have not been considered the information in a proper way, so that we can be considered the lagged things of responses are not given for the information, that we can be find out under the run test. Either the situation would suggest an opportunity to make the excess of returns. Here there is a run test is going to be made it consideration whether you are going to be having the consideration of your information will be whether it is to be needed to make your excess of returns or there is it is making the lowering of your return. So that will be needed to find out under the run test. How the run test will be done, that we can see under this chart. So here for example 1st April what will be the prices which will be there. So meanwhile when we are going to be considering in the next, so there is a run will be there under the prices are going to be having their changes as with the same way. So we can consider the all the days there is a increases which will be going on. The run will be there in the way of positive manner. Then the next when we are going to be considering after the 17, so again there is the run will be in the negative manner. So like that there is the things are going to be considered as that the consecutive rise in the prices would be there counted as a positive run, and there is a consecutive decline in the prices will be there which will be considered in the name of the negative run will be there. So according to that the probability theory 95% of the area under the normal curve which is going to be lies within the so plus or minus 1.96 standard deviation of the mean will be there. Since there is a calculations are going to be brings us to us, so what will be the occurrence of the positive or the negative things will be there under the run. So as in such a manner there is a suggestion will be given as like there is a run test is going to be made it consideration. Under the run test how there is a calculation will be done, we can be seen under this. So there is a number of plus means it will be considered as a every time price increase, the number of minus will be symbols as a every time price decreases will be there. The total number of observations will be find out under the mean and there is a variances are to be considered. So the run test is going to be made it consideration of the null hypothesis, which is the prices are going to be in a random manner. We cannot say all the time it will be goes on in a positive or it will be goes on in a minus value. Null hypothesis in the sense there is a possibility to be having the continuation of a plus or the continuation of the minus will be there. So that we can be find out under these type of the calculations. And the run test is going to be given with one of the example which will be seen under the chart, so that we can be considered so null hypothesis will be rejected when there is it is to be considered as a -1. So prices are going to be under the correlated or the dependent one will be there. So this is how the weak informations are going to be made it considerations under the efficient market hypothesis theory with consideration of these all the test. There is a semi-strong market form will be there, so that we can discuss in the next class. Thank you.